Message from the House is on the road today. We have Director of Agriculture, Brian Baldridge, big guy, big deal at the Ohio State Fair. We just saw a joint ag committee. We have two other...
I don't know about that.
He has a belt with his name on it. You guys don't have belts with your names on it. I mean, maybe get on the horn with Speaker Huffman.
I did not get the memo.
We have a new face in the crowd. Representative Ty Moore is joining us. And a new-ish face. We have Representative Mark Hiner, who you're serving your first term in the Ohio House. So, yeah, we're here today to talk agriculture and just all things Ohio and Ohio State Fair. I want to start by talking about backgrounds. So we'll just go around the table. Director Baldridge, if you just want to start by telling me, I know that you have served in the Ohio House, so this is not strange territory. You could say veteran, rookie here at the table. No, I'm just kidding. So talk me through your background.
Sure, and it started local government, and actually it starting on the local volunteer fire department to the age of 18. I'm still in high school and started on the fire department, and ended up being fire chief way too young. But I started working with the trustees. And I kind of like local government in our communities all across the state. Became a township trustee, did that, got on the Ohio Township Board of Directors, the smallest township that was represented back when I was on the board, and then ran for county commissioner, did 4 terms as county commissioner, and again on the county commissioner's board of directors, and then went in the state legislature, serving the 90th district, which was Adams, Brown, and Scioto County. And and this opportunity came up to be in the governor's cabinet, and pinched myself, wow, been in the role 2.5 years. Pretty amazing to be director of agriculture.
I definitely am going to circle back and ask the differences between the two. Before I do that, gentlemen, House of Representatives, little play on words there. Representative Moore, talk us through. You've been here a couple months, three months now, 2 months?
I actually resigned my commissioner position on my birthday, June 16th at 4:01 p.m. and was sworn in June 18th.
Wow.
So it's went rather quickly for me. So yeah, and I do not have a personalized belt like that.
Not yet.
I mean, that's big league right there. That's the man.
This is on the record. Speaker Huffman's like, okay, we like the podcast, but tune it down. We can't get named belts.
And I actually have something to share with you, Olivia.
Yeah.
So this is actually only my second trip to the Ohio State Fair. So on my first trip was in 1977. My mom took me to see the Osmonds, Donnie and Marie. And it really wasn't by choice, but my mom hand-led me and said, you're going to go see Donnie and Marie Osmond. So today is my second trip to the Ohio State Fair.
And how does it feel to be in this capacity representing constituents in an area you're living?
I feel like Brian, I got to be pinched about every minute. It's mind-boggling to me. I'm a small-town kid from Noble County, and every day I wake up, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And then we have Representative Mark Hiner. This is your first trip as state representative for your district too. Talk me through your background.
So I've been a broadcaster for 40 years. Started in radio and for the first 30, and television for the last 10, and nothing remotely related to politics or being a legislator. Took a hard right turn and went this direction. I would have never guessed I would have done anything like this. Darrell Kick was my predecessor. He was terming out. They were looking for someone to run, and a lot of long conversations, but decided that this might be something fun to try, and I'm having a blast. It's a huge honor to represent my district, and I'm just thrilled to be here every day.
Same story as me, man.
Yeah.
I have no political experience at all, broadcast background. You should be hosting.
Yep.
Somebody told Speaker Huffman. I was so dead set on the comms team hosting that. That's amazing. Absolutely incredible. So I want to talk about what we just came from, the Joint Agriculture Committee over in the John Kasich Center. Pretty neat. Why is that important to have, right? We're at the State Fair. It's a hot day in July. We have, representatives from the Senate, from the House, from the different agencies, all kind of coming together in this moving committee. Director Baldridge, talk me through it.
Sure, and from the agricultural standpoint, we know agriculture in the great state of Ohio, our largest industry, $124 billion industry, employs 1 out of 8 of our Ohio citizens. So it's great to come together as a joint committee, come to the Ohio State Fair where we showcase the best of the best when it comes to Ohio agriculture. So it's so appropriate. It's been going on. We're probably over a dozen years, and thank you to those folks all of us that had a vision vision to say, we should do this, go out to the fair, have a joint committee, and just talk about ag and tell the Ohio agricultural story.
Yeah, absolutely. Gentlemen, what did you think about it today?
I mean, it's a huge learning experience for me. I mean, to listen to Director Baldridge and to hear everybody's input on it, it's fantastic, especially for a newcomer in like me. And, you know, everybody has to eat. That's important, and farming's very important. In the 95th district, we are a farming community, and it's a big deal to be here.
No, and same for me. And I love the fact that we're out here with the people, with our constituents, in this atmosphere. It's government of, by, and for the people, and doesn't get any better than this.
I wanted to ask Director Baldridge, why do you think it's important to do a joint committee, right? We don't typically see that in the normal state house day to day. So what makes it unique to have both chambers coming together for this?
And I think it's coming together and realizing and connecting those dots, and so we can bring the same story, the same message, as we saw our FFA president, as we saw our junior fair board president. Even, we had the opportunity to speak and give testimony, but to see that next generation, and we're coming together as a group. It's not House or Senate, it's agriculture. So it's bringing both those committees together, legislators, and it's a wonderful event, and I look forward to it each year, because it's one of those positive committee meetings. We'll get a few hard questions, but most of the time it's really, really great conversation about Ohio's #1 industry.
Representative Moore, I have to ask, and even Representative Hiner, your former coworker, former Representative Don Jones got up there, gave testimony. What was that moment like? Now that you're sitting in, his seat and working for his people his old constituents as well.
Was incredible in my county, Noble County, for 8 years, and he's been incredible in the 95th district. And I'll go back to that pinch myself moment. Am I really sitting in his seat, watching him go in front of everybody there? But it's still making my head spin, that moment. And Don is as good as it gets.
And I'm going to stick with you two, kind of bouncing off the conversation with agriculture. Listening to that, I know we've only gotten 6 months into this General Assembly, which is pretty incredible how much we've been able to accomplish and to think about the things ahead. As you're listening and thinking, what are priorities or pieces of legislation or just topics that you're excited to touch on when we go back to session come the fall?
Mark, you want to start that?
Well, for me, it's making sure that we sustain agriculture. Obviously, first and foremost in my district, but across the whole state, they face a lot of challenges. And, development is taking their land. It's hard for young people to get involved. And as he said earlier, we all got to eat. And we have got to do everything we can to make sure that we sustain agriculture in this state.
Representative Moore?
And me feeling myself through the House of Representatives, to me it's about teamwork. So seeing where we can come together instead of apart. And Brian's saying, you have the Senate up there and you have the House of Representatives. To me it was one big team up there, and I've always been a team player. So that's my big thing, is what I'm looking forward is seeing that. Who can I get together with? And I'm hoping it's all of us together, Democrats and Republicans.
And we're always going to disagree here and there about, the minutia of it. But at the end of the day, we're all in agreement that we need to grow and sustain agriculture in this state.
That more or less launched me into the next question, so thank you. I need him as a co-host. He has the broadcast background. So, agriculture, I think you had said, Director, did you say every 1 in 9?
1 in 8 jobs here in the great state of Ohio, yeah.
So just talk about how important of an industry that is.
Yeah, and Ohio is. We are, it's our largest industry, food and ag, and we have over 200 different species and or plants that we grow here in Ohio. So, and for me, I always knew that. I've been a farmer all my life, still farm today down in Southern Ohio, but to be involved in our national association as far as departments of agriculture, and to hear some of the other states and go, wow, Ohio is just in the middle of all these conversations when it comes to agriculture. It is such an important part of our today and our future. And you talked about some of the challenges. There's always challenges in agriculture. We have a program at the Ohio Department of Agriculture, farmland preservation. And that's a program, so folks can sit around the kitchen table, decide if they want to put their farms into that program from a family decision, and then there's easements to keep it in farm ground, future farm ground. But I love to talk about farmland preservation as a topic of where farmland, as you discussed. In the last 2 decades, we've lost 1 million acres of productive farmland in Ohio. We went from 14.5 million acres to 13.5 million acres. You know, we keep increasing our yields, we keep increasing our productivity, so we're making up that difference in yields. But what we want to see is a real focus on our local governments, because Ohio's local control. We're a local government controlled state, and making sure that our county level visions, our township level visions, are what's best for our individual counties when we grow. You talked about industrial growth, economic development. It's busting at the seams. That's exciting for all of us.
Yeah.
But I do predict, maybe not in our lifetimes, but there will come a time when the world will turn to the ag community and say, we need more food. You got to step it up. What do we have to do that? Productive farmland.
Absolutely. Thank you for breaking that down. You know, representatives, what does it mean to represent districts where an industry as important as agriculture is at the forefront, if you want to start?
I mean, my district, District 95, is, you know, I'm fielding questions and basically taking what the people have up to Ohio, to Columbus, which, you know, they want a voice in Columbus. And sometimes it's a different spot when you go to the northern part of the state and the southern part of the state. We just do things different. So, you know, basically my constituents want to be able to say, Ty, call me, and I always say I'm accountable and available. So they can pick up the phone, call me, and if I don't answer the phone, I'll call them back in a couple minutes, and they want their voices heard in Columbus.
Absolutely.
And he's right, and it's interesting to me how it's different in different districts. My district is largely Amish country, so farming is done differently from one farm to the next in my district, and it's really interesting to watch how that happens. And you know, for me, it's just a thrill to be able to be part of it.
Absolutely. Director, I want to ask you one last serious-ish question, I guess I should say, before we have some fun. You know, what would be your goal as Director of, you know, Agriculture for the state? Where do you see us going? Goals you would like to hit? How the legislature can support?
Well, first off, I have to say how supportive the legislature has been. I think you heard Adam Sharp from the Farm Bureau talk about how supportive the last two General Assemblies have been from an agricultural standpoint, and we're thankful for that in the ag community. You know, moving ahead, as we look at the governor's last 2 years and the H2 Ohio initiative, I mean, Governor DeWine, when he came in, he said this is a top priority. For me, I was set on a subcommittee of finance, ag focus, where we saw the H2 Ohio vision from the administration. So for me, it's really neat to be at that beginning when it started the legislative process in the budget, to now be on the operational side as director of the Ohio Department of Agriculture. But as we move forward, water quality still continues to be a top priority. It's our responsibility, our generation, to make sure we're doing everything right. The collaboration that's going on between Ohio Department of Agriculture, EPA, and ODNR is tremendous. I love to say that in the ag community, we care about soil health, we care about water quality, because it is part of our business model. Without those two, we fail miserably. So we're you know, that without a doubt continues to be a top priority. We're evaluating, and now that we've received the budget, navigating through, there'll be some tweaks a little bit, but we're excited about what the next 2 years bring in that H2 Ohio funding.
Wonderful. Okay, favorite fair food. We're at the fair. We can't not talk about one thing about the fair. Does anyone want to go first? Does anything speak to anyone right away?
So, you know, because we have multiple commodities in the agricultural space, you know, we have poultry, swine, beef, lamb, I mean, all our good friends, and then our grain commodities. As director of ag, I love them all, right? I just have to be this, love them all, you know, county fairs, love them all, support all of them. Now, if I had to rank county fairs, I'd have to go alphabetical, but we won't. We love them all. He's looking at that joke. What's his home county? Yeah, it's Adams. It's Adams. But yeah, love them. I love all. Yeah, it is so fun, and it's so fun to walk around and realize, you know, and just see all the different tastes and experiences you can get. And even, I don't know if, you know, food falls into wine, but right behind us is the Ohio wine booth, and that's part of agriculture.
That is true.
$6.6 billion industry here in our state, 41,000 full-time employees across our state. And here's trivia, how many wineries in the state of Ohio? 432 wineries across the state of Ohio.
Wow.
So there's a VIP app. Get your VIP.
Yeah, remember that for later.
Yeah,
There you go.
There's a VIP app, so get your app on your phone. You'll enjoy it.
All right, so all the meat. Somebody get them a 1 pound turkey leg or whatever they got over there. What about you guys? You have a favorite fair food?
Yeah, now, I know you can tell he used to be a legislator because
Yeah,
he didn't answer the question.
I know,
didn't
it's a
answer
good
it at all.
Yeah. I'm saying 1 pound leg turkey leg.
I'm going to answer it. He was
Okay.
correct. It's all good, but hands down, my go-to is a corn dog.
Oh, okay, that's a good
wow,
one.
yeah.
That's a good one. Representative Moore.
Well, kudos to you, Brian, for always hitting all the local fairs. That's a big deal because people don't really see that a lot. You know, when the director comes to your fair in Noble County, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And he does the walkthrough and meets everybody. Kudos to you. That's a big deal. Me, anything with powdered sugar.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to think. So funnel cake and elephant ears. Okay, those are all good.
Yeah, Oreos. They even do the fried Oreos.
They have the low-calorie deep-fried Oreos
Oh
over here,
yeah,
right?
the skinny Oreos. There you go.
You could get powdered sugar on a corn dog.
Oh, you could probably try that. They got some interesting corn dog flavors, I think. All right, well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on
great.
Message from the House.
Thanks so much.
Yes, as always, you can follow us on our social media pages, our Instagram, Facebook, our YouTube channel, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.